My brother blocked the entrance to my own luxury hotel, laughing that I couldn't afford to enter. My mother joined him, whispering that I shouldn't embarrass the family. They had no idea I owned the entire building and everything inside it. My security chief approached the door. Family. Blindness cost dearly. My brother Julian stood under the grand glass canopy of the Luminary Hotel, his arms crossed over his chest. He was wearing a tailored suit that probably cost him a month's rent, looking every bit like the successful son my mother always claimed he was. As I walked up the marble steps in my faded jeans and plain black hoodie, Julian stepped directly into my path. He didn't just lock the door, he anchored himself. A smirk spread across his face, sharp and mocking. "Whoa, hold on there, little bro," Julian laughed, his voice ringing out across the crowded plaza. "I think you're in the wrong zip code. Valet parking is around the back, though I doubt they'd even take that beat-up sedan of yours." A few tech executives waiting for their cars turned to look. I stayed silent, my hands deep in my pockets, watching him. Then my mother stepped out from behind him. She looked at me with a mix of pity and deep embarrassment. She didn't offer a hug. She didn't even say hello. Instead, she leaned in, her voice a harsh, hurried whisper. "Leo, please," she hissed, glancing nervously at the wealthy patrons around us. "Don't do this here. Don't embarrass the family. Your brother is hosting his firm's annual gala inside. You can't just show up dressed like a vagrant, trying to sneak into a place you could never afford. Just go home." "I'm not sneaking in, Mom," I said, my voice completely flat. "Julian, tell him to leave before security gets involved," she pleaded, her face flushing red. Julian chuckled, stepping closer, intentionally cutting off my access to the revolving glass doors. "You heard her, Leo. This is a luxury establishment. The cheapest drink at the lounge costs more than your cell phone bill. Walk away, you don't belong here." The air was freezing, but inside I was entirely numb. For 10 years, they had written me off. When I dropped out of the traditional family business track to start my own real estate investment firm, they called me a failure. They stopped inviting me to Thanksgiving. They poured all their pride and my mother's savings into Julian. They had absolutely no idea that 3 months ago, my firm finalized the acquisition of the entire Luminary Hospitality Group. I didn't just belong here. I owned the brick, the mortar, the glass, and the ground they were standing on. Right on cue, the heavy glass doors slid open. Marcus, my chief of security, stepped out. He was 6'4", built like a brick wall and wearing a crisp earpiece. 2 senior hotel managers followed closely behind him, looking pale. Julian's eyes lit up. He thought his moment of triumph had arrived. He flagged Marcus down immediately. "Officer, perfect timing," Julian said loudly, pointing a finger at my chest. "This guy's loitering and harassing the guests. Can you please remove him from the property?" Marcus didn't even look at Julian. He walked right past him, stopped exactly 2 inches in front of me, and snapped into a flawless, respectful posture. "Good evening, Mr. Vance," Marcus said, his deep voice carrying flawlessly across the silent plaza. "We've been expecting you. The penthouse boardroom is prepared for your quarterly review, and the staff is on standby." The silence that followed was deafening. Julian's hand dropped to his side. The smirk vanished from his face so fast I almost heard it crack. What did you just call him?" Julian stammered, looking between Marcus and me. The lead hotel manager stepped forward, bowing his head slightly toward me. "Mr. Leo Vance is the principal owner of the Luminary Group, sir. He owns this building and every property in our portfolio." My mother froze. Her jaw literally dropped, her eyes darting from my faded hoodie to the 3 high-ranking executives, bowing to her youngest son. The realization hit her like a physical blow. The absolute horror of what she had just said out loud, in front of everyone, washed over her face. "Leo," she whispered, her voice trembling. You own this?" I didn't answer her. I looked directly at Julian, whose face had gone completely white. "Marcus," I said quietly, keeping my tone perfectly calm, perfectly lethal. "My brother mentioned a gala inside. Cancel the reservation for his firm. Evict them from the ballroom immediately." "Right away, Mr. Vance," Marcus replied. "Leo, wait! You can't do that!" Julian panicked, taking a step forward, his voice cracking. "My boss is inside! My promotion depends on this night. You're ruining my life." I looked him dead in the eye. "You said it yourself, Julian. Family blindness costs dearly, and right now you can't afford the admission." I walked past them, the doors sliding open smoothly for me. I never looked back.